Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman, and in this lesson, we're going to learn a piece by Russian composer Dmitri Shostakovich called Zavodnaya Kukla, which means the mechanical doll. Mechanical dolls are a kind of wind-up toy from the past. You could turn a crank in the doll's back, and it might spin around or move or dance using little clockwork-style gears. Let's have a listen to the mechanical doll, and as you listen, see if you can imagine what kind of doll this is and what it's doing. The sheet music for the mechanical doll is under copyright. So to learn this piece, you'll need to purchase the sheet music by clicking on the link you can find below. Pause the video if you need a moment to purchase and print out the sheet music, and then when you're ready, let's take a look at the score together. Whenever you're learning a new piece, it's good to go through this checklist. First, check the tempo indication. We have allegretto. So we know we'll be fast, kind of medium fast. And then let's check our clefs, treble and bass, and then let's check our key signature. Two sharps tells us we'll be in D major or B minor. How do we know? Well, look at the first and the last note of the piece. Pause the video and see if you can figure out, are we in D major or B minor? Look at the first note and the last note, or chord, and then press play and we'll check it out together. At the start, both hands start on a B, and the right hand plays this B minor pentascale. And then at the very end, both hands end on a B. So that tells us we're in the key of B minor with two sharps. Our time signature is 2/4, and since we see a lot of 16th notes in the right hand, we may want to count 1 ienda, 2 ienda. So it's now time for you to pause the video, and I'd like you to try to figure out the rhythms for the first two measures. See if you can clap the rhythms while you count the subdivided 1 ienda beat. Figure out the rhythm for measures 1 and 2 on your own, right hand part, then press play and we'll check it out together. All right, let's try tapping. You can tap on your lap or clap the rhythm of the right hand part while we count the subdivided beat. Let's do 2 beats to get ready, and then we'll go. Here we go. Clap and count with me. 1 ienda, 2 ienda, 1 ienda, 2 ienda, 1 ienda, 2 ienda. All right, you can always pause if you need more practice with that. Otherwise, let's now take a look at how we're going to play this. One thing you might want to do is go through the first page and circle all the F's and C's that you find in the score so you remember to sharp them. Since they're in the key signature, we have to automatically sharp those. So you might circle here, etc. Pause if you'd like to do that. Otherwise, I'd like you to go ahead and try and learn measures 1 and 2 on your own. Pause and try and figure out the right hand part, and then press play and we'll check it out together. All right, measures 1 and 2 should sound like this. 1 ienda, 2 ienda, 1 ienda, 2 ienda. And I recommend from the start that you pay attention to the slurs and the staccati. So this is slur, staccato, 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 and then slurred again. If you incorporate that in from the start, you'll learn it faster and memorize it quicker too. Now I'm going to let you figure out measures 3 through 6 on your own, but let's jump down to measure 7 and 8 to look at some fingering challenges. In the left hand, we have finger 1 on E, and then finger 2 has to come over to that F sharp. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and then finger 1 has to come down to this B here. And then we come back to finger 2 going into measure 9. So watch that again. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1. Now pause and work on the left hand part, measure 7 through 9 on your own, then press play to go on. Now let's look at the right hand part there. We have 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. Finger 3 crosses over here. And following these fingerings is really important to keep our fingers in position for the notes that are coming. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. Pause the video and work on measure 7, 8, and 9. Right hand alone, left hand alone, and then try it hands together. Then press play to go on. Now you'll notice today I'm going to skip around in the sheet music a little bit. That's because I'm now trusting you to figure out the easier parts. I'm just going to focus on the trickier parts, and then you're on your own to figure out the rest. Let's take a look at measures 11 and 12. I'd like you to pause the video, try playing through this on your own, and tell me what you notice. Then press play and we'll check it out together. What did you notice about measures 11 and 12? Shostakovich has done something interesting here. He's taken his main theme, which started out in this B minor pentascale. Now he's using the same theme again, but in A major pentascale now. It's liking to shake things up. Shostakovich loves to play around in different keys. So you'll be in one key for a minute, and then suddenly he'll surprise you by moving to a new key, or tonal center. Tonal center is just a fancy music theory word for key. So you can change tonal centers in the middle of a piece to kind of keep people on their toes. Most pieces stay in one tonal center the whole time. But as you get to more advanced music, you'll find that sometimes a tonal center can shift right in the middle of a piece. So now, with that in mind, I'd like you to pause the video and see if you can figure out what tonal center we shift to in measures 13 and 14. Pause to figure that out, then press play and we'll check it out together. What do we get in measure 13? I feel like we shift to a B flat major tonal center here. How do I know that? Well, we've got a B flat and an E flat, which is our key signature for B flat major. So once again, we have a new tonal center, B flat major. Now, let's check out the rhythms for measures 15 and 16. First, can you pause the video and on your own figure out how to tap the rhythm of the right hand part while counting the subdivided beat? Then press play and we'll check it out together. So remember, this eighth rest gets half of the beat, which if we're counting subdivided 16th notes, that's 1 E, and then these two 16th notes are and then 2 E and then in the next measure, 1 E and 2 E and Okay, let's try clapping that together. We'll count 2 beats to get started. 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and then played with the left hand plays on beat 1, 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and Now pause and work on those two measures on your own. Try right hand alone, then left hand alone. And note that in the sheet music, it actually says a finger 5 here, but I find it easier to use a finger 1, and then I'm ready for that low F sharp. Okay, remember, Fs are automatically sharp, so this sharp really is a courtesy F sharp, and then this low F is also sharp because of the key signature. Technically, the editor didn't need to place this sharp here. It's there as a courtesy to remind you that F is sharp. I also find I can get a better accent with the finger 1 than with the finger 5. So you can try that out either way. But again, I would recommend a 1 there. Pause to work on measures 15 and 16 on your own, then press play to go on. Right there at the end of measure 16, that is the end of the A section. So that's where we're going to stop for today. On your own this week, I encourage you to practice slowly at first. You might set the metronome to about 112 beats per minute and make this the 8th note. 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a 1E and a 2E and a. Or start even slower than that at first and gradually increase up to an allegretto speed. That will be your target speed. Watch out for staccatos, watch out for slurs, watch your dynamics. Put it all together from the start, and then it will be a lot easier to integrate into your final performance. Great job learning the A section of Zavodnaya Kukla, The Mechanical Doll by Dmitri Shostakovich. Thanks for watching, and happy practicing.
You know, there's another kind of Russian doll.
I've heard.
You know, not the mechanical kind, but the ones where you open one up and there's another one inside and then another and another until there's a teeny tiny one at the very center.
Yeah, but I've never liked those.
Why not?
Oh, you know, they're just so full of themselves.
Oh, good one, Scuba. Oh, and if anyone out there didn't get that one, don't worry. It's an inside joke.
A nice one, Princess.
Thanks.